It's your boy Business, aka the Show Venter, host of Pop the Balloon New York, biggest pop balloon in the game, most entertaining pop balloon in the game. Shout out to Monte Carlo. Get what I'm saying? Go tap in with him at Big Picture Podcast, one of the best podcasts in the game. You know what I'm saying? They talking about a lot of real stuff on there. Go subscribe to the YouTube. I'm stamping it. Business moving. We here. You know what I'm saying? Pop the Balloon New York. Show Venter. I do a lot, man, but we outside, man. Listen to what I'm saying, all right? Go tap in, subscribe. Let's get it.
Good evening, my people. How y'all doing? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. Hit the share button also. So it looks like Dame Dash has made an apology to Harlem. Shout out to Dame Dash for doing that. It definitely sets the tone, for, the type of situation y'all was going through and, how you guys want to move forward as businessmen. I like how you gave, you addressed the message to 50 Cent, to Cameron. I wish Jim Jones would have been included in this conversation also, because Cam also has a problem, was having a problem with Jim Jones. Hopefully they squash that too. But big shout out to Dame Dash, shout out to OG Daniel too for having a conversation with Cam. And just being able to be a bridge of communication for these guys, because it's not good, man. You know what they say, man, nobody wins with a family feuds. You know what I mean? Like Harlem, it's not a big town. Moreover, it's so many people that got respect for Harlem. It's so many people that have been through Harlem or have family in Harlem. And we have to stand on that. We got to stand on that. Me being raised in Harlem, I don't like seeing stuff like that. I don't like seeing, cats I grew up looking up to. You know what I'm saying? I grew up looking at Cam, going to Manhattan Center, going to those Manhattan Center high school parties, because my brother went to school with those guys, him and Mace. I grew up watching Dame Dash being an awesome CEO of Rockefeller Records, while working in the music industry at Sony Studios. So these guys are like my role models. So to see them arguing like this, to see them going back and forth, bringing family involved in it, getting kids and talking about people's wives, like it's just, not talking about people's wives, but, bringing up stories involving other people's, spouses and things of that nature. Like we don't need to hear about none of that kind of stuff, B. Like all this stuff is supposed to be tucked in, and y'all supposed to be having conversations behind closed doors. Like Dame Dash said, the internet is like the streets now. Nobody's really walking past each other in the streets. Hey, yo, listen, I got a problem with this, got a problem with that. They're not doing that no more. Everything is viral. Everything is internet status, and we don't want people to get emotional to the point where it gets to the real streets and violence becomes an option. Like violence should never be an option, in situations like this. These guys were brothers. These guys, Dame, back in the days, Dame helped Cam out, position Cam to create a better situation so he can feed his family, to feed the people that surround him. The devil is busy. The devil don't want to see, especially black men, come together and become role models for the men, role models for the women. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a good thing. But like I said, shout out to Dame. Hopefully these guys come together. 50 Cent, hopefully all you guys can sit down, and have a conversation. 50 Cent, you made amends with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you made amends with other people too. I'm pretty sure, and it's not like 50 had a bad beef with Dame, so it shouldn't be rocket science. It shouldn't be a situation where he's like, oh, the beef is so bad we can't have a conversation. Nah, sit down with you. You went on Cam's show. Sit down, have a conversation with Dame also. You guys squash this and make something better out of this. Make something good out of this unfortunate negativity that just happened. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to True. My boy just sent me a DM, and shout out to True Life, man, for getting he's supposed to be getting Future, Chef G, and Sleepy Hollow on a record together. You know, I'm not a real avid listener of any of those artists, maybe Future here and there, but I'm definitely going to check some more of Chef G's music and Sleepy Hollow's music. I would love to see those guys on the track. I love what True Life is doing. It looks like he's, you know, in an A&R position where he's able to make moves. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know, anybody who's doing a thing on that level. Shout out to Lex 911 too from Queens. Shout out to LMG from Harlem. And shout out to my boy Nels from Harlem also. I need all three of them guys on the track ASAP. ASAP. Produced by T, the producer, my boy from Harlem, Uptown. So I'm going to try to make that happen on my end. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we need more of, man. We need more positivity. We need more situations where people can make phone calls and make connections in group chats or online, whatever you want to call it, so people can be creative and use their arts, use their talents. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you a video producer. I don't care if you a stylist. I don't care if you a podcaster, whatever. Like, if we all just put our minds together and put our personal emotions and feelings aside, do you know what we can come up with? You understand what I'm saying? Start giving people their flowers. Start being more positive. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, you know, and improving each other's health and mental health. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. Before we in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to it, my guys and my ladies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cardi B. You know what I mean? She just dropped a project. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm listening to her. I'm like, wow, like, she's really going through it right now because she has to keep up with her first album. You know, her first album was a smash. It was awesome. You know what I mean? So shout out to her. She put out a good project. She has a baby on the way. So I think that takes a little bit of stress off of her as an artist, because you want to make sure that baby in your stomach is good. You feel me? So, yeah, man, like I said, once again, shout out to Harlem. Shout out to my boy Rich Smoker. You know what I'm saying? The Rich Smoker brand is still moving. My boy Quanda Don is running that. Shout out to my boy Business Moving. Make sure you go check out his brand, Pop Balloon, New York. And yeah, man, listen, y'all continue to just keep watching all the content. Keep subscribing to the platform. I want y'all to keep watching all the content. Make sure y'all put some comments in the content to keep everything going, keep everything moving and grooving. I appreciate that. All right, shout out to One Music Fest. I'm gonna be out there the end of October in Atlanta. That's gonna be going down October 25th and the 26th. So I will be out there. I will be holding in-studio interviews in Atlanta during that weekend. So make sure you hit me up if you're an artist, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an actor, actress, content creator, if you just a personality in the personality field of the internet and all of that. Like, hit me up. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? That we can make something happen. We can do a collaboration, we can do some interviews, whatever. We can talk business. All right. So once again, shout out to Dame Dash for stepping up to the plate, apologizing to the OGs of Harlem, apologizing to Harlem, because you don't want this, you don't want that cloud over Harlem. You don't want that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all OGs are here to hold it down and protect the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's on the internet or on the streets. You feel me? And you guys, you know, we don't need to see this kind of negativity, because you guys are setting the tone. At the end of the day, I don't know if y'all know, but y'all do still set the tone for what goes on in Harlem. You feel me? And Dame Dash, I appreciate you for stepping up to the plate and letting people know that everybody fighting is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wins when the family feuds. All right? So listen. Make sure y'all stay positive. Start doing more collaborations so y'all can get to this money, so y'all can create this generational wealth. And just be blessed. All right? So I'll talk to y'all later.